Okay, so record on this computer. Sorry. Ayan. So for today, we'll be focusing more on Bernoulli's equation. And then if we will have some time, then we can proceed with other examples na pwede nyo i-request or pwede nating i-discuss na mga ibang example para sa exam ninyo. So, ang exam ninyo is for 3 hours. So, na-discuss namin kanina yung mga iba-ibang possible questions na pwedeng itanong sa inyo. At mamaya hingin ko yung link nung record na review. So para meron din kayong pag-aralan plus yung mga discussion natin doon sa conference natin. Ayun. Okay? So probably in 1 minute so we can start. Okay, when discussing this, I want to discuss this with an example. Okay, so i-discuss natin siya with an example. Ayan. Okay, so let's have this example. Okay? So ano ba ang Bernoulli's equation? So ang Bernoulli's equation, if we can transform the equation in the standard form, okay? So a Bernoulli's equation is nonlinear and of order 1 in the dependent variable y and has the form of this. Ayan. So if we can transform the equation in this form, yung dy over dx plus p of xy. So meron tayong term na x term for nakasama yung y. That's equal to q of x y raised to n. So the difference between this and linear is yung term dito, yung y raised to n. So ito yung nagpapaiba sa linear. So kung linear siya, dapat wala ito. Pero kung tinransform natin yung equation at makakakita tayo ng ganito, so that means we can solve it using linear equation. Ano ba dapat yung n? So yung n, unlike for looking for degree and order, pwede naman yung n is maging fraction siya. So it's possible na gamamit tayo ng Bernoulli's equation even if yung value ng n dito na nagiging power ng y natin is not a whole number. So pwede siyang maging positive, negative, or even fraction. It doesn't matter. So as long as we can transform it in this form, so we can solve it using Bernoulli's equation. Bernoulli's differential equation. So paano ba yung method na to? So after transforming it in the standard form, so ang gagawin natin is, ayan, so we will divide the whole equation by y raised to n. Okay, so y raised to n. So that's why Gusto ko kasi, kaya gusto ko na example natin, i-explain ko siya using an example because of this reason. So una, we need to transform this equation in this manner. Okay? Tingnan ninyo, kailangan muna natin dy over dx and then kailangan natin magka-term ng isa na may na y raised to 1 at isa na may y raised to n. Okay? So ang gagawin natin is didistribute muna natin itong y and then we can transpose everything to the ayun, distribute muna natin to. Then tingnan natin kung ano yung pwede nating i-transpose. So halimbawa, yan. Yan. Didistribute muna natin ito. So magiging 2x squared y prime is equal to y cubed plus 3x squared y. Ayan. Okay? And then dapat yung isang may y lang yung itatranspose natin sa kabila. Tapos may iwan yung may y raised to n. So this is equal to 2x squared dy over dx minus 3x squared y is equal to y raised to 3. Okay? And then after that, transforming pa rin tayo, kailangan walang kasama yung dy over dx. So kailangan mawala ito. So let's divide the whole equation by 2x squared. 2x squared. So let's simplify. So we cancel that one. So we'll have dy over dx minus, kakancel natin ito. So magiging 3 over 2y, that's equal to 1 over 2x squared y raised to 3. Ayan. Okay, so na-transform na ba natin siya into this standard form. Ayan. So using that standard form, so what is our p of x? Okay? So p of x natin yung kasama nung y, so that's negative 3 over 2. At yung q of x natin is kasama niya yung may y raised to n. So that's equal to 1 over 2x squared. Okay? At ito ang naging nating y raised to n. So wherein n is equal to 3. Ayan. Okay, kung may question kayo, comment. Don't forget to post that in the group chat. Yan. Okay. Can you follow? Ayan. Okay. So after doing that, ito na yung gagawin. So next step is we will divide the equation by y raised to n. So anong y raised to n natin? This is y raised to 3. So i-divide natin yung buo. Ba't ako nagsulat dito? Okay. So i-divide natin yung buo ng y raised to 3. Or pwede natin i-multiply ng 1 over y cubed. Okay, so that's the same thing. It's either you divide the whole equation or multiply it by 1 over y cubed. Ayan. Okay, so that means this will be equal to this divided by y cubed. So we'll have y raised to negative 3 dy over dx minus 3 over 2. Okay, y, so this one becomes y1 minus 3. Ayan. Kasi yung power nila, di ba? So that will be y raised to negative 2. And that's equal to, this will be cancelled. So 1 over 2x squared. Ayan. Okay? And then, so susunod natin gagawin ay mag-substitution tayo. So we let, lagi nating sinasubstitute yung nandito, yung nasa gitna. Ayan, yung nandito. We'll introduce a new variable v which is equal to y raised to negative 2. So laging ito yung gagawin nating v. So ano ba yung purpose natin? So ang purpose natin kasi is gagawin natin siyang linear.
Pero kasi ng pintalanta mo kayo.
Nasaan ka ba? Saan ka ba, Dan? Parang nasa labas ka ng bahay, ah. Okay ka lang? Okay lang? Okay, can we continue? Is everything okay? Okay. Ready? Ayan. So after introducing this, okay, kailangan natin siyang i-derive. So i-derive natin. So this will be dv is equal to, derive nyo to. So that is equal to negative 2 y raised to negative 3 dy. Ayan. Okay? Ano yung purpose natin na bakit natin gagawin yan? So, okay, ito yung substitution na ginagawa niya dito sa lecture natin. So, simplify ko na lang. And then we'll solve it using linear. Okay? So, I'll stop sharing. Class, nakikita niyo ba yung sinusulat ko? Punta kayo dun sa... sandali. Papala ko yung pangalan ko dito. CP. Okay, punta kayo dun sa CP. Ayan. Okay. Oh. Kaya nagkakaproblema yata yung iba. Hindi nyo ba mapin yung CP? Kaya about that one? Okay. Laban ako ah. Okay, so about that. Ayan. Okay. So, ayan. Okay. So, ulitin ko na lang. So, una is we need to transform it dun sa standard form. So, this one, standard form. Ayan. So, ang una natin ginawa is distribute natin yung naka-parenthesis dito. Ayan. Yung y, and then we have this. And then we want to transform it into the standard form. So, tinranspose natin yung yung may y lang dito sa kabila. That's why we had this. And then, kailangan natin mawala ang 2x squared dito para makuha natin standard form. So, we divide this like this. So, we got this one. So, this is the standard form of our Bernoulli's differential equation. And we have a term na p of x na negative 3 over 2. And then, so q of x natin is 1 over 2x squared. So, that is yung px and qx ng Bernoulli's equation. Pero ang role kasi natin is gagawin natin siyang linear. So para gawin natin siyang linear, ang una natin gagawin is you focus on yung may y raised to n dito. And then divide the whole equation by that y raised to n. Kasi ang purpose natin is tatanggalin natin siya. Pag dinivide natin ito, so we will have this. So dx over dy over y cubed. So we'll raise natin siya ng negative 3. Minus 3 over 2, but y over y cubed is y raised to negative 2. And then that's equal to, syempre makakancel yon. Ang matitira ay 1 over 2x squared na lang. Okay. So on this part is we will introduce a new variable v. Okay, so we will let v is equal to y raised to negative 2. So, nanggagaling lagi yung v doon sa gitna. So, laging nasa gitna, nanggagaling yung v. Okay? Kung ano yung makikita nyo dito, dito sa part na to ng equation, yun lagi yung v natin. Okay, so yun lagi. So, copyin nyo lang. And then, after that, i-derive natin siya. So, get the derivative of the v is equal to y raised to negative 2. So, we'll have dv is equal to negative 2y cubed dy. Okay? And then, ang target natin ay makuha natin yung ito. Ayan. So, ang target natin is makuha natin yung y raised to negative 3 dy. So, ito yung kailangan nating makuha. Kaya, i-divide lang natin yung equation na negative 2. Para lang mawala yung negative 2 dito, nakasama ng y raised to negative 3 dy. So, therefore, negative dv over 2 is equal to y raised to negative 3 dy. Okay, after doing that, so nakuha na natin ito, isa-substitute natin siya ngayon dito. And at the same time, ito, isa-substitute din natin siya dito. Kaya, pag sinubstitute natin yung dalawa, so we will have negative dv over 2 dx. Yan. So nanggaling itong buong ito, substitute natin siya dito. So negative dv over 2x minus 3 over 2v. Okay? 3 over 2v. Kasi y raised to negative 2 is v. That's equal to 1 over 2x squared. Ayan. 1 over 2x squared. Okay? So nakuha ba yung pagsa-substitute natin? Okay? Okay. Next. So let me remove this. And then, let's focus on this one. Ayan. So ang target ngayon natin dito, dapat matira yung dv over dx. Okay, so dapat mawala yung dv over may tumatawag. Kinancel ko na. Dapat mawala yung dv over na matira lang dito is dv over dx. So dapat mawala yung negative, yan, yung negative 1/2. Okay, so dapat mawala yung negative 1/2. So let's multiply the whole equation by negative 2. Ayan. So para maging lang siyang dv over dx. Okay, multiply natin to dito. So magiging positive 3v. Tama ba? Positive 3v. Cancel yung 2 is equal to negative 1 over x squared. Okay. So negative 1 over x squared. So therefore, ito ngayon ay naging na siyang linear. Ayan. So linear niya siya. Linear siya sa v. Okay? So linear siya sa v. Hindi sa x, sa v. Kasi nag-substitution tayo. So therefore, ang susunod na mangyayari ay isosolve na natin siya using linear. Kasi nagawa na natin siyang linear. So isosolve na natin siya using linear. So kukunin na lang natin ano ang p of x. So p of x now becomes y as a linear equation, not as a Bernoulli. So magbabago talaga siya. Kung p of x natin is 3, and then yung q of x natin is equal to negative 1 over x squared. Okay, so therefore, let's get the integrating factor. So the integrating factor is equal to e, Using linear. Nasa linear na ako niyan. Wala na ako sa Bernoulli. To integral of e raised to 3 dx. Yun yung p of x natin, di ba? So therefore, our integrating factor is e raised to 3x. Ayan. So pag nakuha na natin yan, so gamitin natin yung formula natin, yung mu of x times v. It's not y, it's v. That's equal to the integral of the integrating factor times q of x, not p of x, it's q of x, vx plus c. And then we substitute. So ano yung integrating factor natin? That's e raised to 3x times v is equal to the integral of ba't ganito yung sa example natin? E raised to 3x times negative. Ba't hindi ko gusto? 1 over x squared dx plus c. Ba't ito ang napili kong example? Tama ba yung ginawa ko? Hindi ba ako nagkamali?
Parang mali yata, sir.
Hindi ako nagkamali. Ma'am, tingnan ko yung given. Parang napahirap yung integral natin yan. Sabi ko na nga ba nagkamali ako ng kopya. Ay. 3x cube pala. Okay. Anyway. So yung tinitignan ko pa lang yung paano natin ito i-integrate. Parang feeling ko mahirap na siyang i-integrate. Wala akong choice kundi magba-by parts. Okay, ituloy na natin. Paano ko to i-integrate? Kaya nag-isip ako, is there another way? Okay, so by parts lang yung by parts lang yung naiisip ko. Okay, so kung by parts yan, so ang ini-integrate natin ay, tanggalin ko naman yung negative negative. Ilalabas ko yung negative. So magiging 1 over x squared e raised to 3x dx. Ayan. So pipili tayo ng u at saka dv. So try natin yung method ng Liate. So kung Liate yan, in deselecting yung ating u. So ano yung mauna yung algebraic sa exponential. So magiging itong 1x squared subs ito is e raised to 3x. Ayan. So hindi-derive natin to. Ito ay magiging x raised to negative 2. So negative 2 x raised to negative 3 dx. Tapos ito naman, ang dv ay 1/3, ang v pala ay 1/3 e raised to 3x. Integrate. Lumalala yata. Lumalala ba? Anyway, try natin ulit. So that's equal to UV. So that will be 1/3 times 1 over x squared e raised to 3x minus the integral of d du. So 1/3 e raised to 3x times negative 2 over x cubed dx. Okay. So, iwanan ko na muna ito and then ito muna yung kukunin ko. So, magiging siyang negative the integral of, magiging siyang positive 2 over 3. Okay, 1 over x cubed e raised to 3x dx. Ayan. Tama ba? Okay. Okay, by parts ko sa ulit. Kaya lang pagbabalik na rin ko na sila. Tingnan ko anong mangyayari. Magiging u ko this time is e raised to 3x. At ang dv ay, hindi ko kasi, kung ulitin kong u ang 1, yung algebraic, haba siya ng haba. So, hindi ako matatapos. So, try ko siyang pagbalik na rin. So, ito ay magiging 1 over x cubed dx. Okay? So, ang integral nito ay du is equal to e raised to 3x times 3 dx. Ayan. Ang integral naman nito, so gagawin natin siyang x raised to negative 3. So, v will be equal to x raised to negative 2 over negative 2. Tama ba? Ayan. Kasi tatas ko siya and then pagka-add ako ng 1. So that's equal to negative 1 over x squared. Ayan. So negative 1 over 2x squared. Madali. Try natin i-match. So ini-integrate natin ay ito. Okay. Ah. Hello? Ayan. Okay na. Okay. Hindi ako makakuha kanina yung isa kong gamit. Okay. So, kanina nag-by parts tayo. Ang pinili kong u is algebraic ito. And then ito yung dv ko na madaling i-integrate. Ito naman, dinerive ko. Tama naman ba ang aking pagkaka-derivative? Ayan. And then, finalo natin yung formula niya. uv. Multiply ko to tsaka to minus the integral of v du. So ito at tsaka ito. So ang nangyari, if I simplify this, ito yon. So wala na naman akong magagawa kung hindi magba-by parts ako ulit. So magba-by parts ako ulit, class, if by parts ko ulit, walang katapusan nito kung magpo-4 lang ito. So try kong ibabaliktad ko naman. Ito yung gagawin kong u at ito naman yung gagawin kong dv. Ayan. So pag dinerive ko to, ito yung makukuha ko. Pag in-integrate ko naman ito naman yung aking makukuha. Ayan. So by formula, so that's equal to 2/3 times a quantity UV. So that's a negative 1/2x² times e raised to 3x minus the integral of v du, negative 1/2x² times v du. So times 3e raised to 3x dx. Ayan. Okay, so that's equal to, sandali, buo ito. Ayan, sa pagkakamali ko, ito yung nangyari sa ating problem. Naging 2/3, lumala, times, e raised to 3x over negative 2x² plus the integral of 2/3 e raised to 3x over x² dx. Ayan. So anong dapat kong gawin? Ang dapat kong gawin ay i-transpose ko siya sa kabila. Tapos magdi-divide ako and then I'll get the integral. Okay class. I don't think I need to finish it. Probably later na lang kasi ang point lang naman is i-integrate natin siya dito. And then after that, isa-substitute lang natin yung v para bumalik siya sa dati. Okay, after I have found the answer for this, so ang gagawin ko nun is isa-substitute ko lang yung v na anong value ng v natin. So ito, v natin ay y raised to negative 2 and then that is the answer already. Okay, ang mangyayari kasi dito niyan ay okay, hahaba na hahaba. Ito kasi, so ito ay sagot, ang sagot dito is this one. Ayan, ang sagot dito ay ito. Okay, if I will distribute na yung 3 halves, so magiging 3 over, cancel ito. So magiging palang 1 negative e raised to 3x over 3x² plus 4/9 the integral of e 3x over x² dx. So yan. Okay? And then, ito kasi ang sagot ay dito. So ang sagot dito ito. Tama ba? Sagot dito is ito. Ito yan. Na ang sagot is this one. So ang gagawin ko niyan is ilalagay ko na naman to. So ang ibig sabihin nito ay ang negative integral of 1/x² e raised to 3x dx ay equal siya sa 1/3
Excuse me po.
yes.
Hindi man po makita yung sinusulat ko po.
Sorry, kinokopya ko kasi yan. Kinokopya ko kasi to. Okay, so ito, di ba ito ini-integrate natin? So ito ini-integrate natin, which is this one. Ayan, so isusulat ko na siya. Okay, the integral, the negative integral of 1/x³ e raised to 3x dx is equal to, tanggalin ko muna yung negative. Is equal to, ito yung nauna, dun sa by parts, is 1/3 e raised to 3x over x². Okay, minus, okay, ito ay nakuha natin dito. Okay. Tama ba? Plus na pala siya. Plus, ito. Kuha natin siya dito. Ito yon na pangalawang by parts natin na ang sagot is this one. Ayan. So, which is equal to negative e raised to 3x over 3x squared. Aro. Hmm. 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 Magsi-zero. Parang hindi ata pwede yung ginawa ko. Okay, so anyway, so mag-solve na lang tayong iba. Yun lang. So ang mangyayari dito is pag na-solve na natin ito, okay, pag na-solve na natin ito, makuha na natin yung part dito. And then yung v dito is substitute lang natin yung y raised to negative 2. So yung y raised to negative 2. Ayan. Okay? Because let's correct the given na lang. Nakinopya ko. So yung solve nating solve na lang natin. So 2x cubed. It should be 2x cubed. Yeah. Kaya pala 2 methods daw. So hindi pa natin napag-aaralan yung isa. Ayun. Sige. So let's do this again. This time the correct one. Okay, so same pa rin. 2x cubed dy over dx. Transform natin sa hindi mo masyadong mahaba. Oo, nagkamali kasi ako ng given. Umaba ng umaba. So, yon. So, that's equal to y cubed plus 3x squared y. Okay, then transform din natin to 2x cubed dy over dx is equal, hindi. Lipa ko na ito, minus 3x squared y is equal to y cubed. Okay? And i-divide natin ito para mawala yung ating 2x cubed kasama yung dy over dx. So, magiging dy over dx minus, ayan. Okay, so that is 3 over 2xy is equal to y cubed over 2x cubed. Ayan. Tama ba? Divide natin to, ito to, 3 over 2 and then x squared over x cubed. Ayan. And then y cubed over 2x cubed. Ayan. Okay. So, yung y raised to n natin dito, so that is this one, y raised to cube. So, next step natin after we transform it into yung Bernoulli's standard form. So, i-divide na natin siya ng y raised to n, which is y cubed. So, this will be y raised to negative 3 dy over dx minus 3 over 2x raised to times y raised to negative 2 is equal to 1 over 2x cubed. Ayan. Okay, now we do this substitution. So let v is equal to y raised to negative 2, which is yung nasa gitna. Tandaan ninyo yung nasa gitna dito. Ayan. Ang tinatry kasi natin is eliminate natin ito. Ayan. And then we derive it. So dv is equal to negative 2y raised to negative 3 dy. Ayan. So ang kailangan natin makuha is ang value nito. So, i-divide natin to ng negative 2. So, negative dv over 2 is equal to y raised to negative 3 dy. Ayan. Okay, and then we will substitute this here. And then yung V natin, isubstitute natin siya dito. So therefore, ang makukuha natin ay negative dv over 2 dx minus 3 over 2x times v is equal to 1 over 2x cubed. 1 over 2x cubed. Okay, so kailangan natin matanggal ito. Ayan, kaya kailangan din mag-multiply ng negative 2. Ayan. Mag-multiply tayo ng negative 2. So this will be dv over dx. Okay, plus. Okay, maka-cancel yung 2 dito. It's 3 over x. Ayan. 3 over x. Tama ba? Wow, 3 over x v is equal to negative 1 over x cubed. Okay, so this time it's now linear. Okay, linear. So gamitan na natin na siya ng linear method. So what's our p of x? So p of x is 3 over x. And then yung ating q of x is negative 1 over x cubed. Ayan. So let's compute for our integrating factor, which is e raised to the integral of p of x, that is 3 over x dx. And that's equal to e raised to 3 ln of x. Hindi naman negative, no? Okay. So therefore, by properties of logarithm, so that is ln of x cubed. And we can cancel that. So the answer is x cubed. Okay, using our formula, okay, yung integrating factor times v is equal to the integral of the integrating factor times q of x dx plus c. Yung integrating factor natin ay x cubed. So x cubed times v is equal to the integral of x cubed times negative 1 over x cubed dx plus c. Tingnan yung pagkakamali ko at saka yung tama. Tama pagkopya, di ba? Ito kung may where, there. So this is x cubed v is equal to, and then the integral of dx is just negative x plus c. Or this is x cubed v plus x is equal to c. Ayan. So is this the final answer? Not yet kasi wala pa yung y. So we let v is equal to y raised to negative 2. So we just substitute that here. So therefore we'll have x cubed over y squared plus x is equal to c. If you multiply this by y squared, so this is x cubed plus xy squared is equal to cy squared. So this is our general solution. Nang dahil doon sa x squared. Ayan. So may question ba? This is not the longest method of finding solution. Yung next lesson natin, yung pinakamahaba. Which is in midterms. Nasa midterms yung pinakamahabang solution. So sometimes it takes me around 3 to 4 papers para matapos yung method na yun. Kasi nagdo-double substitution ka. Kasi babalik mo pa kasi siya. Ayan. Okay? Okay, may questions sa example natin. Okay, so let's have this example. Ayan. Okay. So we're given that the quantity x squared plus 6y squared dx minus 4xy dy is equal to 0. Ayan. Okay? So, ang gagawin natin. Okay, hindi naman pwede siyang dx over dy kasi mahirap naman anuhin to. So, ang gagawin pa rin natin siya is dy over dx. So, divide natin yung buong equation. Dx. So, we'll have negative 4xy dy over dx plus x squared plus 6y squared is equal to 0. Tama ba? Class, tignan ninyo. Walang lumalabas na y. Meron lang tayo is y squared. Pero wala tayong lumalabas na y. Sige, so since wala pa tayong lumalabas na y, i-divide muna natin siya ng negative 4xy. Mamaya na tayo ang tawag dito, transpose. Okay, so para makancel ito, so meron tayong dy over dx minus. So ito ay magiging ano ba to? X over 4y. Tama ba ako? Cancel yung x tsaka yung isa. So x, negative x over 4y plus 6 over 4. 6 over 4 over 4x. Tapos, ayan. 6y over 4x is equal to 0. So, ayan. dy over dx minus x over 4y plus 6y, kasi makancel yung isa, over 4x. If we will simplify, my class, ito itataas ko to. So, magiging dy over dx minus okay, it should be negative 3 over 2 y over x. Okay. Hey class, ngayon, ano yung transpose natin sa kabila? Ito. Siyempre, kailangan yung may linear na y, siya yung magstay dito sa left side. So, yung isa, siya yung mag-move dun sa kabila. So, therefore, we'll have dy over dx minus 3 over 2xy is equal to x over 4 y raised to negative 1. Ayan. Tama ba? Okay? Ito yung transpose natin. Ngayon, ano ang ating y raised to n? So, ang y raised to n natin ay y raised to negative 1. Okay? So, ang gagawin natin is so we'll have y over dx minus I over y
Sir, excuse me po. Nawawala po ata yung audio nyo.
Sir, nakamute ka.
Ayan. Okay, nasa gitna lagi. So, v is equal to y squared. And then, i-derive natin. So, get the derivative. So, that's dv is equal to 2y dy. Then, kailangan lang natin is yon. So, divide natin to ng 2. So, dv over 2 is equal to y dy. Okay, so after that, we substitute y dy dito. And then, yung v natin dito. Ayan. So, we'll have dv over 2 dx minus 3 over 2x ano kasi? Times v is equal to x over 4. x over 4. Tama ba? So, i-distribute natin, isa-substitute natin to dito. So, magiging dv over 2 dx minus 3 over 2x. Yung y squared is equal to v is equal to x over 4. Okay, after that, we get rid of this 2 here. So, by multiplying the whole equation by 2. So, we'll have dv over dx minus 3 over x. V is equal to x over 2. Ayan. So ito ay linear na siya yan. So what's our p of x? So p of x is negative 3 over x. And then our q of x is equal to x over 2. Okay. So that means Let's get the integrating factor. So the integrating factor is equal to e raised to negative, the integral of negative 3 over x dx. And that's equal to e raised to negative 3 ln of x. Or that's equal to e raised to ln of x raised to negative 3. So we can cancel that. So we'll have x raised to negative 3 or 1 over x cubed. Okay, 1 over x cubed. Ayan. Since yan yun, so let's substitute now dun sa given. So therefore, susulak pa ba? Sige na nga. The integrating factor times v times the integral of the integrating factor times q of x dx plus c. So we'll have 1 over x cubed times v is equal to the integral of 1 over x cubed times, what's our q of x? Q of x is this one. So times x over 2 dx plus c. Ayan. So ito ay, paano ba? So ito ay 1/2 the integral of dx over x squared plus c. So this is 1 over x cubed v. Ayan. So how will we integrate this? So this one is x raised to negative 2. So therefore, 1 over x cubed v is equal to 1/2 times x raised to negative 1 over negative 1 plus 1 over negative plus 1. Okay, negative 1 plus c. Ayan. So we'll have, therefore, we'll have 1 over x cubed times v is equal to negative 1/2 times 1 over x plus c. Okay, but babalik na natin. V is equal to, what's our v? Saan ang v? Hindi ko makita. Ito pala. So v is y squared. Yan. So v is equal to y squared. So substitute natin siya dito. So therefore, y squared over x cubed is equal to negative 1 over 2x plus c. Or this is equal to y squared over x cubed plus 1 over 2x is equal to c. Or we can multiply this by 2x cubed. So we'll have y squared plus x squared. X squared is equal to cx cubed. Ayan. So this is our final answer. Yeah. Yes, that's what. Yeah. So that's a 2y squared. Ayan. So 2y squared. So this is, tama ba? Cancel yung 2. And then, yeah. C will absorb 2. Ayan. So 2y squared plus x squared. Pwede rin namang baliktarin natin yung iba. X squared plus 2y squared is equal to cx cubed. Dali. Parang may additional dito sa problem. Yeah. Meron tayong given condition. Sabi dito, okay, if when x is 1, y is 1. When x is 1, y is 1. So what's the particular solution? So we're given an additional condition. So if x is 1, y is 1. Yan. And x is 1, y is 1. So we need to find the particular solution. So ang gagawin lang natin ay isa-substitute lang natin from the general solution. So this is 1 squared plus 2 times 1 squared is equal to c times 1 cubed. So c is equal to, so 1 plus 2, 3. So therefore, this is x squared plus 2y squared is equal to 3x cubed, or 3x cubed minus x squared minus 2y squared is equal to 0. So this is the particular solution. So this is the general solution. And given the conditions that if x is 1, y is 1, so we'll just substitute the condition to the general solution to get the particular solution. Okay, my question? Okay. Kung wala yung question on this one, we'll proceed to another one. Ayan. So, number 3. Okay. 6y squared dx minus x 2x cubed plus y dy is equal to 0. Okay, class, tingnan nyo ito. So we cannot identify, I mean, we cannot make it dy over dx. Kasi, imagine niyo if dy over dx yan, we will divide the whole equation by this term, binomial, which is quite, difficult. So medyo mahirap. Okay? So ang gagawin natin is instead of having dy over dx, we'll try it baliktad. We'll try it instead dx over dy. Yeah. So that means we'll try to see if we can make it linear to x or Bernoulli with respect to x, not with respect to y. Ayan. Kasi if we will have divided this by dx, parang ang hirap naman itong i-divide. So gagawin natin, i-divide natin yung buo instead of dx ng dy. Okay? Ang hint kasi ay ibe-Bernoulli siya with respect to x. Hindi siya ibe-Bernoulli with respect to y. Pwede naman ganyan. So kung yan ang gagawin natin, so we'll have 6y squared dx over dy minus, then we distribute this one to the terms in the parentheses. So this is 2x to the 4th minus xy is equal to 0. Ano bang ginawa ko? Ayan. So negative 2x to the 4th minus xy is equal to 0. Okay. So x, may class, tandaan niyo nasa x yung pinag-uusapan natin, not y. So yung may x lang ang ititira sa left side, yung isa ay sa right side. So 6y squared dx over dy minus xy is equal to 2x to the 4. Ayan. So what's our x raised to n? So x raised to n is x raised to 4. Ayan. But before we do that, we need to eliminate this. So by dividing the whole equation by 6y squared. Ayan. So we'll have dx over dy minus 1 over 6y x. Makakancel yung isang y sa baba. Mawawala yung sa taas. So yung, ayan, 1 over 6y. So that's equal to 1 over 3y squared x raised to 4. So magiging lang siyang 2 over 6y squared. So we'll have 1 over 3y squared x raised to 4. Ayan. So naka-standard form na siya. Kaya lang this one is in terms of x. And then divide natin siya ng x raised to 4. So we'll have x raised to negative 4 dx over dy minus 1 over 6y x raised to negative 3. So that's equal to 1 over 3y squared. Okay, nasa gitna lagi. We let v is equal to x raised to negative 3. Then we derive. So dv is equal to negative 3x raised to negative 4 dx. And then divide this by negative 3. So negative dv over 3 is equal to x raised to negative 4 dx. Okay, purpose is to get this one, which is also this one. Ayan. Okay, so after that, we substitute. So substitute this and this to this equation. So we'll have negative dv over 3 dy minus 1 over 6y times v is equal to 1 over 3y squared. Ayan. So let's multiply the whole equation by negative 3. So magiging dv over dy plus 1 over 2yv is equal to negative 1 over y squared. Ayan. Ayan. Okay, so isa-solve na natin siya ng linear. So therefore, what's our p of x? So hindi siya p of x pala. P of y. Okay, kasi dy tayo over dy. So p of y natin is 1 over 2y. And then yung ating q of y is negative 1 over y squared. So yung integrating factor natin, mu of y, is the integral of 1 over 2y dy. Or this is equal to e raised to 1/2 ln of y. Ba't ganon? Okay. Anyway, so the answer is e raised to ln of y raised to 1/2. So that's equal to y raised to 1/2. Alright, question? Okay, so let's apply the formula. Class, I won't write the formula anymore. So therefore, the answer is y raised to 1/2 times v is equal to the integral of y raised to 1/2 times yung q. So that's negative 1 over y squared dy plus c. Then that's y raised to 1/2 v is equal to the integral. Lalabas ko yung negative. Paano ba to? Y over y raised to, that's a 1/2 minus 2. Paano yung 1/2 minus 2? Okay, 1/2 minus 4 over 2. It's 3 halves ba? dy plus c. Okay? Okay, so paano natin ito integrate? Integrate lang naman natin ito, itataas natin. Raised to 3 over 2. Ayan. So y raised to 1/2 v is equal to negative the quantity y raised to plus 1 natin. So that's 2 over 2. So that's still 1/2. Negative 1/2 over 1 negative 1/2 plus c. Or cancel natin to. So y raised to 1/2 v is equal to 2 over y raised to 1/2 plus c. Klase ako nang ilipat pa siya sa isa pang papel. Mag-red na lang ako. So that means we let v is equal to, what's our value of v? X raised to negative 3. Tama ba ako? Yeah, that's x raised to negative 3. So y raised to 1/2 times x raised to negative. Wala tayong choice. Wala akong choice pala. Sige na nga, dito na. So we let v is equal to x raised to negative 3. So y raised to 1/2 x raised to negative 3 is equal to 2 over y raised to 1/2 plus c. Ayan. So let's multiply the whole equation by y raised to 1/2 and x raised to negative 3. So we'll have y is equal to cancel ito. Ay, hindi pala negative 3. Positive 3. Ayan. So that will be 2x cubed plus cx cubed y raised to 1/2. Ayan. Or y minus 2x cubed is equal to cx cubed y raised to 1/2. So this is our general solution. Hindi talaga kakasya doon kahit pilitin ko man pala. Ayan. Okay, any question? Okay, so why don't you try this one? So okay naman na magtusubok nito. Ano ba na tayo? Number 4. Ayan. Madali lang naman. Okay, so try muna nito. Ayan. So y prime is equal to hindi pala. Y prime plus x raised to 5y is equal to x raised to 5 y raised to 7. Maganda pa ng challenging. Ganun. Gusto. Okay, so may sagot na kayo? Okay, so you continue doing that while I solve it dito. And then probably I'll just discuss it after I've solved it. Aro? Ang hawa naman nito. Ah, Natigilan kasi ako, baka mag-ano tayo. Mag-by parts tayo. Ay, magta-tabular tayo ng mahaba. Negative 6x raised to 6 over 6. Cancel. So, magiging e raised to negative x raised to 6. Okay, I have that. Okay, tama lang. Hindi naman pala madali. Akala ko mahirap. Sige. So that means, okay, so if that's the integrating factor, I'll have e raised to negative x raised to 6 times v is equal to the integral of e raised to negative x raised to 6 times q. Ayan. Okay, tama ba yung sagot ko? Tama ba yung solution ko? Okay, so naka-arrange naman siya agad. So naka-arrange naman siya dun sa standard form natin. So all we need to do is divide it by y raised to n, which is y raised to 7. So pag divide natin, so we'll have y raised to negative 7 dy over dx plus x raised to 5 y raised to negative 6 kasi that is y over 7. Y raised to 7, I mean. So that's equal to x raised to 5. So yan ang ating after dividing our y raised to n. And then we need to introduce v for the substitution. So that's equal to y raised to negative 6. And y raised to negative 6 yung gitna lagi. Then we derive. So derive natin. So that's equal to negative 6 times y raised to negative 7 dy. And then we need to find y raised to negative 7 dy. So divide this term by negative 6. So we'll have y raised to negative 7 dy is equal to dv over negative 6. And then substitute that to this equation. So we'll have dy or dv over dx, dv over negative 6 dx plus x raised to 5b, that's equal to x raised to 5. So we need to eliminate negative 6 and multiply the whole equation by negative 6. So we'll have dv over dx minus 6x to the 5v. That's equal to negative 6x raised to 5. And then so we found our p of x and then q of x for the linear part. So let's get the integrating factor, which is equal to the e raised to the integral of negative 6x raised to 5. So if you will get the integral of this, so we'll have e raised to the power root. So that's e raised to negative x raised to 6. So once we find that, let's substitute it to the given solution or formula. So e raised to negative 6 times b, okay, that's equal to the integral of e raised to negative x raised to 6 times the quantity negative 6x raised to 5. That is our q of x. That's our q of x, this one. Dx plus c. Okay, so if you will integrate this kasi exponential, so kinuha ko na lang ng exponential yung negative x raised to 6. If you will derive that, we found our, it's the same as our q of x. So therefore, it's a simple exponential. Kaya naging lang siyang e raised to negative 6 dito. Yan plus c. And then we will find, we will go back to the condition that v is equal to y raised to negative 6. So let's substitute that back to our linear equation. So v is equal to y raised to negative 6. The integrating factor, that's equal to the integrating factor, the solution, yan, yung pagkaka-integrate nito, plus c. And then we'll just simplify. Ayan. Dinaba ko lang kasi negative sila. And then I multiplied it by y raised to 6, e raised to, times e raised to x raised to 6. So dito makancel, it's only 1. So that's equal to, so ito naman ay, yun. Ito na lang matitira, y raised to 6. Plus, syempre multiply natin sila dito. Okay, ang pinag-transpose ko dito is 1 at saka yung may c. Okay, so magiging positive pa rin naman siya kasi i-absorb pa rin siya ng c. Kaya positive pa rin naman. Negative c is still a c, so that's why we will retain it as a c. So this is our final answer. Okay? Ayan. So any question? Okay, so let's have our last example. Unless you want us to solve another one. Ayan. So that's also Bernoulli. Ayan. You try that one and then after 5 minutes, I will solve it. And then try to explain the solution to you. Okay? So, habang nagsosolve kayo dyan, ito-solve ko din. So, this will be Okay. Para ma-simplify. Multiply 9 na lang. Okay, ganyan na lang. Ayan, I think, beka, nagkamali ako. Ayan, so tama ba? Okay, so, ayan. So, yun na-miss ko yung negative 2. And then I just, ano na lang, hindi ko na siya dinivide ng y, you know, para na mas mabilis na lang is this one. So after getting the integral of this, you just substitute yung v into y raised to -2. And then, yun. Hindi ko na binaba ito. So magkakadoon kasi ng y squared dito. So hinayaan ko na lang na ganyan. Okay? Ay, nagkulangan ako ng 2 dito. Equation 2. Oh. So wala na pala to, no? Tama ba? So meron akong 2 dito. Cancel. And then 2x na lang. Okay, so positive pa rin. Ito. Saan ba ako tumitingin? Tiningin lang ko lang yun. So ito. Tama ba? Cancel. This is 2x. So that is 2x squared over 2. Cancel. Ayan. So matitira ay e raised to 2xv is equal to x squared plus c. But v is y raised to -2. So e raised to 2x, y raised to -2 is equal to x squared plus c. Ayan. We want to multiply it by y squared. So e raised to 2x is equal to x squared y squared plus cy squared. Ayan. Or we can write it as e raised to 2x minus x squared y squared is equal to cy squared, or x squared y squared minus e raised to 2x is equal to cy squared. So whichever. Nakalimutan ko yung negative. Dito ako nakatingin. So pala dito ako tumingin. Ayan, salamat. Okay, so any question? So yung final midterms, prelims niyo is after this one. Just ano dun sa teka, tinignan ko yung message ulit ni Sir Richard. Dun sa ito. Okay, class. This one. Ayan. So, be careful with this one. Meron kayong mga exam na questions na tatanungin kayo about classification, which is the solution. So, probably you are given an equation and then the choices are solutions. So, you need to find which among the choices is the solution of the given differential equation. And yung exact, tatanungin sa inyo which of the following is an exact equation. So you need to find which among the choices is exact. And then yung identification of error, a solution of the differential equation is given. And then all you need to do is lines are also given. And then you are to find which line or solution is wrong. So we had that earlier. Sandali. May copy pa ba? So example ay nandito. So meron kami example dito. Wait. How to share again. Okay, so may example ako dito. Ito. So ito yung ginawa namin kanina. So you are given a solution of a differential equation. Yung method as in the step-by-step solution. And then you need to identify which line is the error. Okay, errors, which are errors or wrong or erroneous. So kung alimbawa, yan, 16 lines yan. Yung choices ninyo ay 16. So you need to identify all of the errors pertaining to the lines na dun sa solution mismo. So it's a nakalista yung solution and you need to find which is wrong. So halimbawa yan, 5 yung naging error. So line 2, 4, 5, 11, and 15 are wrong or mali doon sa solution na given. And then yung last part, na maliban pa sa pag-solve ng mga solution, so yung last part na gagawin ninyo ay, maliban pa dun sa paghahanap ng error, ay pagko-correct naman ng error. Ayan. So yung correcting error. So same lang din, you will be given probably a solution and then ibibigay niya yung mali, kaya lang pipiliin nyo kung ano yung tama na dapat doon sa line na yun. Okay? So that's it for our lesson in Bernoulli's and Feliz. May question ba kayo? Kailan magsisimula yung test ninyo?
Wednesday po.